Okay, in previous session, we have seen about SonarQube introduction. Today, we are going to see the architecture of SonarQube and then how to install it or configure it on Linux. Right? Okay, go on mute. Okay, we'll see that today. Okay, so what is that is SonarQube architecture. Let's see first. So in SonarQube, if you see that, look at the SonarQube architecture, three things are very much important. One is SonarQube server, one is SonarQube scanner, and the other one is database. Okay. In last class itself, we have seen SonarQube scanner. What it will do in your project, it means for the if you have a project and the source code for that, this SonarQube scanner is going to scan each and every line of your Java code. Means not only Java code, if whatever the language you are using for that, it is going to scan each and every line. Right? For example, I have 10 Java files. Each file has 100 lines like that, right? So it is going to scan each and every line and find out the issues, whatever the static code quality analysis, right? Yesterday, what I explained. So like that, it is going to scan each and everything. And once it generates, means once it scans, right? Then what this SonarQube server will do is its SonarQube server will have a few more things like web server, right? Search server and compute engine. What they'll do is this compute engine will going to categorize those, whatever the SonarQube scanner has scanned, right? This compute engine is going to categorize them, which are critical. Whatever it has scanned, SonarQube scanner has scanned, from the list, it is going to categorize what are minor, what are critical, what are major, like that it is going to categorize them. And the report is actually, means that whatever the report is generated, that is will be present in this database, right? So this SonarQube scanner, SonarQube server, it is going to categorize them and then it is going to show on a browser. So for that browser support, we need a web server. I have explained that application server, web servers, right? So it is using the help of, so whenever you configure the SonarQube server, you are going to get one web server. So with the help of that web server, your SonarQube server is going to give a UI screen for you. Okay, we'll see this in detail. And for that computation, so for that there will be one search engine which will search for the categories of bugs. What is the solution, like that? It is going to search for that. And the SonarQube server is also going to give its plugin support. Like if you want to integrate with Jenkins, if you want to integrate with Maven, it is going to give a plugin support. Right? Three things mainly. One is SonarQube scanner, SonarQube server, and database. Right? So to work with the SonarQube, you need to have SonarQube server, SonarQube server, and SonarQube scanner. And also you need to have one database. This database, if you don't want to use, there will be one default database which will come with SonarQube server, that is called as H2 database. That is called as H2 database. You can use that, but that is not supported in the production. In production, if you want to use a separate SonarQube database, how to use that external database, we'll see later. For now, we'll download SonarQube scanner, we'll download SonarQube server. And with the SonarQube server, we are going to get the default database, right? That itself we'll use. So SonarQube scanner, which is going to analyze the scan each and every line of the code, and database, which is going to store the report, and SonarQube server, which is going to give you analyze them, categorize them, and give you a web-based support. Okay. For now, we are not going to deal with external database. We'll see that later, because you don't know about the databases. There are different types of databases. What is database? How to authenticate with this? How to work with this? What is schema? Right? What are DDLs? That and all you don't know. When there is one service in AWS, we discuss about RDS, Relational Database Service. So we are going to discuss at that time. I'll explain more about databases. For now, you just treat databases for some storage, like just storing the reports. Okay. We'll see about the database in detail. For now, I'll download this SonarQube server and SonarQube server and SonarQube scanner, and we'll work with this. So when you download your SonarQube server, you'll get this. This will have compute engine, web server, search server, and default database also. Okay. So you need to download this SonarQube scanner and server separately. Okay. So for this, I'm going to create one instance. Okay. So I'll create one instance. It is terminated state. Okay. I'll launch one instance quickly. Chrome. Okay. So the requirement. So when you want to work with SonarQube, there are some requirements. What are those requirements? Is the prerequisites is this is the hardware requirement. See, when you want to work with the SonarQube, right, it is saying the only prerequisite for running SonarQube is to have Java, Oracle JRE, or OpenJDK 11. So 11 version you need to have installed on your machine. Means wherever you are going to configure your SonarQube, right? There you need to have GRE 11. So we have seen for so many tools, the Java is prerequisite, right? For Maven, Tomcat, Nexus, Jenkins, we have seen Java. So for them, Java 8 is enough. For SonarQube, you need to have Java 11, right? So for till SonarQube 7 or 8, SonarQube 7 or 8, Java 8 is enough. Okay, but for the latest SonarQube 8 or 9 onwards, Java 11 is required. Java 11 is required. So you need to install Java 11. And this is a software requirement, the prerequisite. Hardware requirements is this one. Minimum 2 GB RAM, the instance or the mission wherever you want to install SonarQube, right? That needs 2 GB RAM, minimum of 2 GB RAM to run efficiently, and 1 GB of free RAM for the OS. Means the SonarQube itself will consume 1 GB RAM, so it needs that. The amount of hard disk space you need will depend on how much code you analyze, right? The hard disk capacity will depends on how much code you are going to analyze. So the SonarQube must be installed on hard drives that have excellent read-write performance, that IO operations are good. What is this IO operation? You don't know. We'll see that. SonarQube does not support 30-bit systems on the server side, right? No more it is going to support 32-bit systems. It needs 64-bit only. These are the hardware requirements. So here it is showing. So if you want to use SonarQube scanners, right, and SonarQube server, minimum Java version is 11 required, right? It is saying Oracle Java 11 supported, SonarQube server scanner, two things we write. SonarQube server supports 11, scanner supports 11. 8 it is not supporting anymore. OpenJDK, Oracle JRE is there, OpenJDK is there. So in that, both of them, it is going to support 11 only. And if you are using databases, I said, right, it will come with a default database. If you want to use external database, what type of databases it's supported? If you want the default database, it will come with the SonarQube server itself. You can use it. But if you want to use external database, these are PostgreSQL. These version it supports. MySQL, Microsoft SQL, it is going to support this. Oracle, this one. So what all browsers? What browser it supports? It is giving here what and all it supports. So this is the requirements URL. So it is there in the document, right? Now I want to download SonarQube. I want to download SonarQube. I want to download. Okay. So to download SonarQube, this is the URL. It is there in the document I'll give. It shows that if you open this URL, sonarcube.org/downloads, it will show these versions, community, developers, and all. So these are the things you can read it and understand. So for now, we are going to go with the free one. If you want to download, you can download for Windows. This one you can download. I want to download for Linux. So you can take this. You can click on this. It will start downloading, right? Control J, you type. You can it started downloading. What you can do is, I already have it. So what you can do is, you can take this URL and download. You can take this URL and download on Windows. So I already have it in the document. 8 version I have. So let me go with the 8 version and show you. Okay. SonarQube. Okay. Sorry. Let me continue with this. I stopped it. Anyways, let me download this. For Windows, I'll show it in the next sessions. For Windows, we'll see this. Let me keep it. Keep this download for Windows. For now, we'll see with the Linux. So I'm going to create this T2 medium because we need 2 GB, minimum 2 GB RAM, right? So this is enough. But for extra space, let me take this only T2 medium, okay, which comes with 4 GB RAM size. So I'm going to launch one instance. So you have seen the prerequisites, right? I'm going to go with this. I'll use the default security group. Launch. So I'll use this. So I have a git bash opened, right, where my PIM file is there. I'll connect to this instance. It's getting, it is in running state. Let it get started. In pending state, it will take some time to start. Okay, let me rename it as SonarQube. It will take some time to start. It's taking some time. Let me pause the record. Okay, it turned into running state. Let me take this. I'll connect to that instance. My git bash. My PIM file is there. Here I open my git bash and connecting to the instance. Yes, I connected. Okay, let's go to the document. We'll start downloading that. So I have given the steps for Windows. I'll tell separately. In this video, we'll discuss about downloading and configuring the SonarQube server in Linux. So first, let's switch as a sudo -i for easy downloading, because for EC2-user always we have to give sudo, right? So let's switch as a root user, and then I'll go to OPT directory, because in general we download all the softwares in the OPT, right? I'll go to OPT. So this is my directory, here my OPT. Here I'm going to download this. So I have shown you, right, how to take this URL. If you want to take it, whatever you have on Windows, right, you can just click on this, right? Just now I have shown you, right? Sorry. So when you try to click on downloads, right, it will show this URL, right? You can go here, and you can take this URL and click wget here. So this is how I got this URL, wget, right? You can give this URL to download. You can give this URL. So I'm downloading it for Windows. I'll discuss about that. It will take a lot of time to download. I'll discuss this. So this I'm using 8 version. Okay, 8. If you want to take this 9 only, you can take this 9 also. Let me take this 9 only for now. Okay, if you want to take this 9 also, you can take. Okay, in the document it is there for 8 version. If you want, you can okay, let me continue with 8 version only. I clicked on enter by mistake, but let me continue. There will be some difference with 8 and 9, but not with the working style. It will be like there might be some extra rules they have added, like performance increase, like that. There will be difference, but not with the installation approach and all. So I have downloaded SonarQube 8. Let me unzip it. How to unzip it? Unzip Sonar. Okay. So I have extracted it. Still it is extracting. Okay, I have extracted it. Okay, this is there in the document also. So I have downloaded it and then extracted it, unzipped it. Now to work with this SonarQube, you can use either EC2-user or root user, or else separate user. So in Nexus also I explained, right? We can create a separate user to work with your Nexus under that sonar.rc file. You can run as user equal to EC-user we give, right? There you can give that separate user whatever you have created. But there we used EC2-user. Let me create a separate user and work with that user. So I'm going to create one user called as Sonar. You can create any user, not only Sonar, it can be any name. I'm using Sonar user. For SonarQube, I'm creating one separate user called as Sonar. I'm going to set a password for that user. Sonar. Okay, next I'm going to open this vi sudo file. Okay, so vi sudo open. So this will open that sudo ers file. Under etc there will be one file called sudo ers, right? So it is going to give that, because we give root privilege, what is name, sudo privileges or passwordless, right? So it is saying allow root to run any commands anywhere. So like that, for that we are going same like that root user, we are going to do this Sonar. We are going to add this Sonar user where can be executed, and password, no password, all means it is not going to ask the password. Okay, next. So I saved it, and now we have downloaded this, right? We have downloaded this SonarQube software. Right? Who is owner? Root user. But just now we created a Sonar user, separate user to work with SonarQube. So let me change the ownership of this from root user to that Sonar user. So chown is the command, how we change the ownership, right? So let me change the ownership. Okay, I have changed that. Now it has less permissions, right? I'm going to give 755 permissions. If it is already has 755, so if you don't have that 755, you can give that chmod and give that, set the permissions to 755. It already has, you can ignore, but if it is not there, you can give like this -r recursively for that SonarQube directory, you give that. Next features, Sonar user. We created one Sonar user, right? Till now we are working with the root user. Till now we downloaded as a root user, extracted as a root user, and created new user, and then changed the ownership to this Sonar user as a root user, right? Now let me switch to that Sonar user, right? So now have you seen that it is not asking for the password because we switched from root user to normal user, right? So now let's get back into that opt slash Sonar folder, whatever we have extracted. So this here we are, right? We get into that, right? Next, get into bin location. Get into bin location. cd bin. Let me, before that, let me go back and discuss about this ls type. See here, you can see this is the directory structure of your SonarQube. So SonarQube, whatever you have downloaded, right? This is nothing but SonarQube server, right? So we have discussed about the architecture, right? Like there will be SonarQube server, SonarQube scanner. So far we downloaded this SonarQube server and added a ownership, created a user and added ownership of this software as this Sonar user we added, right? So this is the directory structure of that SonarQube. This is nothing but a SonarQube server. So it has one bin location which will have the commands related to, means the binaries or commands related to that SonarQube. Conf, means if you want to do any changes or settings related to that SonarQube server, you can do this. And Elasticsearch, I have said, right, for easy searching, there will be one Elasticsearch that also came by default here. Extension logs. If you want to see that logs, you can see here that web server will be present here. CD web, if you go here, ls if you type here, okay, ls if you type here something, it has so many files, CSS, image, that web by NF, right? It has something related to that web server support. Okay, so this is a directory structure. This is the directory structure of your SonarQube server. So extensions, lib, logs, you know, right? Whatever, whenever we start your SonarQube, stop it, right? All the things will be logged here in this logs. So if you get into logs, it will have all the files. You can check it there. Okay, this is the directory structure of your SonarQube. Means SonarQube server it is. Now we have downloaded, did this. I went here. Next, if you type one more thing here in the, if you get into bin location, so you know, right? Web, for web server, this Elasticsearch server here it is. Conf, which is related to settings. Binaries, bin means binaries, which will have the commands about that SonarQube. So let me get into this binaries. ls minus l. If I type here, under this bin, you can see all these folders. So here, if you observe here, Linux 64-bit, Mac 64-bit, Windows 64-bit. Earlier, there will be one folder, Windows 32-bit, Mac 32-bit, Linux 32-bit, like that. But now we have seen in the requirements, right? SonarQube is not supporting the 32-bit anymore. So it is giving only folders only for 64-bit. What is this is? Guys, this is very much important point. At the starting of SonarQube, I said, right? SonarQube is open source and it supports all the operating systems. And same software can be used in all the operating systems. Now, the same software, whatever we downloaded, right? The software, whatever we downloaded here, right? A community edition version. The same software can be downloaded and used in SonarQube. Means with the same URL only, right? Whatever I have downloading, the same SonarQube URL, I can download using the same SonarQube URL. I can download it, the software on Linux, Windows, or Mac, anywhere. Same software. Whatever the software you download, it will have this. So if you have downloaded in Windows, you can go to this folder to start your SonarQube server. As it is SonarQube server, it's a web server. You have to start it, right? How to start it is in Windows. If you want to start, you have to get into this Windows folder. You have to start using some commands here, like start sonar.bat, right? If it is Linux, if you have downloaded on Linux, now we are using Linux machine, right? So let me go one level up, right? So to start it on Linux or to work with your SonarQube on Linux, you have to get it. So if it is Windows, you have to get inside this. Now we are down. This is our Red Hat Linux mission, right? So let me go here. From here, if you type ls, there are something called as sonar.sh. This is the file you have to use to start your SonarQube server. So let me go to the document. So like this, you have to type. So /. So this is sh means what? Shell script file, right? / sonar.sh. Start is the command to start your SonarQube. This is how you have to start. This is how you have to start your SonarQube server, right? If you want to see the status, same SonarQube start/status. Like this, you have to start. Okay, so we'll see the starting part later. We'll see the starting part. Let me show you that. Let me show you that one thing. I'll try to start it. See, it is failed to start SonarQube. Failed to start. It failed. I know this. That is the reason I said we'll start it later. Why? Can you guess the reason? Okay, if you don't know that, right? Let me go to that SonarQube directory, more level up, ls. If I type here, there is something called as logs, right? Let's get into this cd logs, ls. If you type, Here you can see this sonar.logs, cat sonar.log. If you type here, it is saying unable to start JVM, permission denied. Means if I type Java hyphen version command not found, means we don't have Java here. The prerequisite for SonarQube is Java. Java itself is not there. So that is the reason it failed. So if in any case, if you are facing any issues with your SonarQube, how to check the reason is just get into this logs file. So under SonarQube home directory, there will be one folder called as logs. So you can go and check in the sonar.log file. So it will show the reason. Unable to start JVM, permission denied, JVM exited while loading application, JVM restarts disabled, shutting down. Means you don't have, the reason is like you don't have JVM. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll see this. So far, what we did, we downloaded this SonarQube. We downloaded this SonarQube. We created a user, added the ownership of this, and we have seen how to start your SonarQube. Okay, we'll download that Java later. For now, we'll till here we did. I explained that directory structure and all, how to start it, logs, everything we checked. Okay, so far we downloaded SonarQube server. Let's download SonarQube scanner. So let's get into that OPT directory only. Right here only we'll download the softwares. Right. Let me download SonarQube server also, SonarQube scanner as well. So I'm going to download this. Okay, I'm going to download this. Okay, I'm going to download SonarQube scanner. How to download this SonarQube scanner? Again, you search in Google how to SonarQube scanner download, or else in the document I have given here itself I have given, right? So you can get this, or else I have the given at the starting also I have given the links to download SonarQube. To download SonarQube, if you want to see, you can hit this URL directly. Here itself I have shown you. So it is for SonarQube server, right? Whatever what you want, we download community edition, right? You can take this. If you want to download SonarQube scanner, this you can take it and hit here, right? This URL, it will show it here, right? If you want to download for Windows, you can download it. If you want to download for Linux, you can click on this, right? So the direct link for 64-bit Linux, I have given it here, right? So you can directly take it and download. If you want a different version, if you want to download a different version, you can go to this Linux 64-bit, right? It started downloading. You can take this. So I already have it. Let me cancel this. Linux we don't want also because this is a Windows machine. Let me download on that. So whatever you want, you can pick it. So that URL, you can take it and download. So I already gave this. So how to get that URL, you know, right? So if you click on this, all right, if you go here, so you can take this URL. You can copy this URL to download wget, and you can use this URL to download. I already have it here, right? So I'm going to download this. But I already download. Okay, I already downloaded. Okay, right? Using this command sudo wget, this URL I have given and downloaded it. So here it is. So as it is a zip file, let me extract it. Unzip sonar-scanner download. Okay, permission denied. Okay, for that sudo okay, I have downloaded and extracted it. Now remember one thing, for the SonarQube, whatever you have downloaded, for that you need to set the path. You don't need to set the path for SonarQube server. SonarQube server, you don't need to set the path. But for SonarQube scanner, you have to set the path. Okay. So let me go to the home directory of this Sonar user. There will be one folder called as bash_profile. Okay. Here, let me create this. Oh, first, let me get the path. Okay, let me get the path. So it is under this cd/opt/sonar-scanner. Here till here. Let me copy this. Okay, let me copy this here only directly. This correct. Let me take this home directory. Here we have that file vi bash_profile dot bash_profile dot underscore profile. Okay, open this. You can create any variable. You can create any variable, but you can create like this sonar_scanner_home. You can create. You can create any variable, not an issue, but it is recommended. Scanner_home equal to this one, come here, set it to the path variable. Okay. Sonar underscore scanner underscore home, this variable. Okay, we are going to set it here. Dollar. Okay, fine. Done. All right. To update the changes, source dot dash underscore profile. Done. Right. It has updated the changes. Okay. Now I want to install Java 11. Yum sudo. Let me use sudo yum install Java -11 star. You can mention star. You can mention. Let's see. Download. I'm install Java 11. It is going to download from yum repository -1. Okay, I'm going to install Java 11. So you can give, if you want to download Java 8, Java -1.8 star, you can give. Java 11 means you can give like this. So if you want to search, you can search in the Google like how to install Java. It will show it like here. Install Java 11 OpenJDK. You can give like this, or else just you can give Java -11 star also. It will download. Okay, it will download. Means star means automatically it will pick that. Now if I type Java -version, okay, I have this Java 11 set. All right. Now let me go to this cd/opt SonarQube bin. Now let me try to start my SonarQube. So here sonar.s, sorry, here we have sonar bin Linux folder. We have to go, right? Linux. Here we have a folder sonar.sh/. This is how we write different ways to run sonar. Different ways to run shell script, right? /sonar.sh. I'm going to start it. Okay, SonarQube server has started. Let me see the status. Who knows? It might have stopped again, right? So it is going to. It is in running state. Now my SonarQube server is running. Server is running. How to access it? Right? Let's take the IP address of this mission. Take the IP address of this instance. IP address. Just a second. I'll be back. Just a Okay, I am back. Sorry. So let's take the IP address of this mission, public IP address. As I said, as we see the SonarQube server architecture, right? SonarQube server you can access through browser because it has a web server, web-based support is going to give. So now hit this URL, and the default port number of your SonarQube server is 9000. So you hit it. So if this is not working, means you have to allow this in the security group. But for the security group, whatever we added to that instance, we have all traffic allowed. So by default, it is allowing that. So this is how means you are able to access the SonarQube server dashboard. So it is saying SonarQube is up, go to home. So I'm clicking on home. So this is my SonarQube dashboard, which has 0 projects. Nothing means nothing it has, but just a dashboard. It is asking to log in and all. We'll see that it is doing this, right? So we have successfully installed and configured a SonarQube. So why we haven't set the Java path? That is one question, because it is Java 11, and the way how we install Java, that depends. So for here you no need to set the path, and that depends on the tools how we access also. There are few tools which specifically looks for Java_home variable, but here it is not asking. So it works before that because we are using Java 11, and we have the way we install, right? It is a different way, right? So it accepts that. It just needs Java 11 version. You don't need to set the path. In one case, it needs that variable. We'll see that later. For now, you don't need to set the path also on the machine. You can directly access it. Now I have configured it. But now when I want to start my SonarQube server, again, I have to go to this bin location, right? This location, right? Here I have to run this command, stop. It will start. It will stop my server. It will stop my SonarQube server, right? It has stopped. I will not be able to access it anymore, right? So next, again, I want to start it. So if you are working as somewhere, you have to come to this location, you have to come to this location, and from here you have to execute the start command. You have to execute the start command, right? So again, your SonarQube will get started. You can access it. You can access it, right? So this is about how to configure. Okay, it's still getting started. Again, if you see here, status, let me check the status. It is running state. Let me, I mean, it means when we started, immediately it will not start, right? It will take some time because it has to start that web server, search engine, compute engine, everything, right? So it will take time. The default database, everything it has to start, right? So it will take some time. So it is still starting. Okay, we'll wait for some time, right? So now have you understood how to start your SonarQube server and I'll work with that? But there is one drawback here. Same like Nexus, Tomcat, whatever we have seen, right? Every time to stop and start my Tomcat, SonarQube, I have to go to this location. Even though when we started, it is running in the background. It is running in the background. Even though it is running in the background, I have to come to this location to start and stop it. But I don't want to do that. I want to configure it as a service. I want to configure it as a service. If you want to configure SonarQube as a service, you can do these steps. You can do these steps, whatever I have given here. So it's very simple. Let's go to this location. And you have to open a file. You have to create one file called as sonarcube.server under this location, etc systems. You have to create one file. So I'm going to open this file, right? Give this things here. So these are related to your SonarQube. This is related to your SonarQube, right? First, let me copy this. I'll explain it. First, let me put the changes here. Put the changes. So it is saying description, SonarQube server, some this things it is asking. In this, one thing is the user. Who is the user? Who is responsible to start this? So we created one user, right? Sonar. So that user we have to give it here. And then what is a group? Means we have changed the ownership, right? So that Sonar user we have given. So that Sonar user and the group we have to give it here. Okay. Next, it is the default settings. It will be there. You leave it. But one thing you have to give it here is there is one jar file you have to mention, that opt SonarQube, that, right? So let's get into that directory, cd/opt. Here SonarQube, right? cd again SonarQube, right? Here if you get into lib directory, again lib directory, here ls, there will be one file called as this one, sonar application 8.jar. So this file you have to give. So this file you have to give it there, right? Including the location. But in this document, I have mentioned 7.6 jar, right? So for you, it will be a different file, right? Because when the version changes, earlier when I created this document, it was with the 7 version, but now it has changed. Right? You have to give this. Okay, for now, SonarQube hyphen 8.0. Let me keep it. And this is application 7.6 is there, right? For now, I'm using 8.0 version. 8.0 version. So let me change it, 8.0 version. So same this line, you have to keep it there. So let me take this. I'll go to that file once again. I'll change it to that line again. Okay, this line here. Let me take just, I don't want to change everything. Let me just change it. Just the path, including the path, the version of the jar file, new jar file. Let me change it. So let me quickly change it. All right. Paste it here. Enter. Save it. Escape : WQ. Escape : WQ. Saved it. Next, what you have to do is you have to run this command. Systemctl you can use. That's it. Have you done it? Systemctl start SonarQube. Okay, you have to give it. It is saying one mistake we did. What is that? SonarQube we have given, right? Let me just give this. Sorry. The R file also was not permitted. Service file systemctl sonar service. service. Just a second. 1 second. One second. What did the mistake I did? Okay. Sonar Cube server target unit. Sonar Cube only I have given here. Yeah, correct. Okay, sorry. Here I thought I gave Sonar Cube. It is sorry. I thought like I gave Sonar, but it is Sonar Cube. Let me give it as Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube because